Today is Magha Shukla Paksha 2081 Vikram Samvat. You must have witnessed a lot of nuclear preparation going on in different states like Phoenix, Washington DC, and other places across the world. The world has reached up to a time of mass extinction. According to the doomsday clock, only 89 seconds are remaining for the Earth's survival to strike 12. That is the time of total extinction of Earth 1. And the reason behind these kind of calamities and warfare are clearly defined according to my YouTube videos, other social networking sites like Facebook, Instagram, X.com, Pinterest, and LiveMe also. These kind of parallelisms have reached me, and many annoying human beings are there to act in a parallelism manner all throughout the day and night. They are continuously trying to degrade and underestimate my powers. All throughout the time, I keep on narrating immense information through these kind of broadcasts. Even when my channel has been monetized, I don't care at all. The subscriber count has been struck at 1287, and they keep on fluctuating like a pendulum across the same tree number also, where a U-shaped climber was developed coincidentally, and registration of MRT's car manufactured by Devu was also provided coincidentally to me. So these kind of mass hysteria, they have managed to annoy me. They have managed to provoke my inner consciousness, and each time they succeeded to force me in order to demonstrate powers which are not required at all. In fact, those powers should have been utilized for my own expansion and financial gains. But those powers are nowadays being utilized to demonstrate I am the rightful, and you are want to stay away from my family's intentions and motives, which are obviously oriented across the welfare of the whole world only. Sometimes even I think that when it is not possible to save this earth, when then there is no need to utilize our energies in favor of climate change actions and healthcare or economic upliftment of people across the world, including environmental enhancement in favor of greenery, reduction in carbon monoxide exhaled by different industries and cattle farming or whatever related to the earth's survival. But when I am so much confident that I will eradicate all those who are against me through these kind of acts of cults and fakes gods, then they will be punished harshly. And obviously I have immense time in my present lifespan also, so I don't have to worry. I'm here to survive, and I am here to eradicate these kind of flashes. So when you are witnessing my powers, of course you are being forced to favor in me only. You might have seen American Airlines crashed with a helicopter above Washington DC river. Many of people might have been survived also. I'm not sure about the exact news because it happened only 2.5 hours ago. About 60 passengers were traveling and they crashed with a helicopter. But the pilot managed to land in the freezing river. So even if Mexicans are being kicked away, and Selena Gomez tried to popularize herself through tears by acting in a reverse manner. Obviously, if any leader is dedicated towards his own countrymen and countrywomen, it is nothing wrong in that. But these kind of flashes are always there. If you want to work for the environment, you have to follow my powers. Of course, I am not so much arrogant enough, but I am so much powerful enough that I will eradicate these kind of flashes who are always parallel with me. If I try to reach any remotest temple also for prayers, they try to provoke me, they try to incite my senses, and they try to challenge me also. They will be tolerated, but some extent. Now it has crossed every brink of my tolerance. If I am not into any kind of provocation, they should not act against me. Even Mahakumbh is not that festival which should be celebrated during these times, and after changing the name of the cities and trying to create a mass hysteria towards any particular religion, they managed to succeed in self promotion also. But these kind of mosque demolition group which can't be authenticated as a political party till extinction of earth one, which I have mentioned several times. It is not that for the first time in YouTube I am mentioning them in that manner. Every conscious citizen and educated citizen knows that if I am pointing towards them, of course they should be ashamed of themselves that they are inclined towards these kind of religiously motivated group which can't be authenticated as a political party in God's eyes, even if they manage to succeed for next 4,000 years and manage to sustain their logo also. Even then, in God's eyes, they are not any kind of political party. After all, they are vulgar groups who keep on commenting nonsense in speeches against middle class women and secular women. Of course, we don't have that much education that we will reciprocate in that manner, but obviously, you should be ashamed of themselves and yourself that you are still following them. If my subscribers keep on struck that 4 and a U made by joining 1, 2, 8 and 7 from left hand side of a numeric keyboard, which obviously coincidentally was a neighbor manufacturing telephone keyboards at A Block Mayapuri, when India's first environment friendly bathroom fittings manufacturing industry that was located in A26 phase 2 was shut down by corrupt Indians belonging to Moscow demolition group only. Through first name superimpositions, they managed to reach my factory, and when I tried to get some help from my classmates of college, they were also struck in these kind of mass hysteria of first name superimpositions belonging to Gandhi family. Obviously, my father was very close to Jawaharlal Nehru, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, and even some of the freedom fighters also. That's why these kind of offline parallelism can't be ruled out through different kind of registration numbers and different kind of cults behaving against religiously united country from 6th December 1991 and 6th December 1992 itself. Even in my school also some of these flashes managed to reach top left corner to first name superimpositions, group pictures, and I had already mentioned to my JE aspirants classmates that these kind of flashes will definitely try to act in a parallelism manner. And look into my eyes, I was always rightful in nature. Obviously, I was expecting these kind of mass hysteria, expansion of these kind of flashes when they managed to get immense number of seats. Obviously, there were many family members and distant relatives also who were acting in a parallelism manner with my father's daughters' names also. And obviously, these kind of flashes reached them also in all kind of probable causes in Tilak Nagar, Mahavir Nagar, West Delhi and Paharganj, Greater Clash, Malvi Nagar, everywhere where Trimurti, wherever it was possible for them to reach through parallelism in a kind of probable manner only. And that probable qualities could have been materialized and neutralized if I would have stayed in Delhi, but right now I am away from to a distant city, and the possible bombardment of that possibility was always there, and I was already expecting that if I will migrate, I have to remain alone only. I have mentioned in my JE aspirant classmates that at the most you will witness me drinking thumbs up. Thumbs up means away from bigamy, away from vulgarity, away from every mosque demolition group who will be engaged in these kind of activities through parallelism. I had already mentioned them in 1991-92 itself. And Converse lie detection test is always with me, always there supporting me. Right now I am broadcasting while my bicycle can be seen in the background. So everything has been concluded in that way. I managed to successfully perform some kinds of goals also, but many of them are still pending. Of course, that are related to environment and corruption, which has been widespread, managed to establish in Delhi also. They have managed to reach here also and keep on criticizing other leaders for the acts or speeches they made against the Yamuna River, against any pure water discharge outlet, which is not existing at all in Delhi. India's first environment-friendly bathroom fittings manufacturing industry, owned by Gagan Maggo, who is right now in front of you, named Gagan Enterprises or Civic brand, was also snatched by me just because of honesty and careful nature and towards environment, and behaving in a rejection manner towards corruption was the only cause of. Obviously I was abused a lot. These kind of first names were already kept in a probable cause and they managed to reach me. Obviously when I had bought A26, obviously alphabets are there from A to Z. That was already expected. Obviously if I would have expected these kind of problems, I had managed to reach a distant powerful entities like US Army and FBI from my birth itself. I am an extremely dangerous ruler. What I say, I mean it. Obviously I had kept these kind of first name in favor of me, and all kind of reverse Z2A like names were also existing who were good in the English declamation contest, and that's why I informed all of my classmates that this girl is obviously very good in vocabulary, and I have to compete each and every one, and I have to overtake each and every one, and to reach the stage and get all the medals through curriculum achievements. But that was already expected. That's why pollution in Delhi.wordpress.com was also approved by Human Rights Commission, and Geneva is already connected with me. Immense US Army executives, Interpol executives are included in my Facebook profiles, and US Navy used to contact me occasionally. And be aware of me if you are still thinking that you will overtake my powers and manage to surpass my family in any manner. Even some DPCC, after receiving bribe indirectly through middlemen for no reasons, even if I had not performed any blunder or mistake at my factory, I was discharging clear water and clear air. Even then, they managed to get bribe, and then they tempted me again and again that your family members' factories will be raided, and just you have to provide us 1 lakh rupees by meeting us at McDonald's. And I denied that was not also regarded any good gesture, because I am always an impartial ruler. So why should I attack anyone, even if it is my family member or distant relative or anyone who is not known to me, just by my own benefit? If I would have tempted for money only, then I would not have opened another factory in Delhi. Also, would have managed to abscond away with my 46 lakhs, and even then my factory a showroom or house would have been existing in Delhi, at least I would have spent 10 or 20 lakhs in any small property, invested that, and then reached an industrial area at mountainous region and managed to establish more factories there. I would have been more richer, but I didn't took that decision for the sake of my own family's future. But even then, that future was also obviously related to my causes, and if my genes are there, obviously he will also think of the environment and climate crisis along with healthcare upliftment of the world. But these kind of flashes are not regarding that as a good gesture in favor of a nation or the whole world itself. They will keep on annoying us, and I am an extremely dangerous person when they will understand that it will be very late for them. Even if you are my subscribers who have managed to reach in any kind of probable causes through Instagram, Facebook, and you are blood related to me or known to me, even then I should say that if you don't want to treat myself as superior, then you should also be afraid of the real Shiv who lives 21 light years away from Earth 1. These kind of superimpositions will not be tolerated by the real Shiv. These kind of abuses will not be tolerated by him, and you will face the horrors and torture in front of your eyes. And I will mention that in YouTube also, but I am not into that. I will not disclose myself. I have many options, including Facebook. I used to earn through Facebook also. I can earn through Microsoft, YouTube if I want. It is a possibility for me through my powers and my actions also. But I have to change the schedule. I don't want to change my schedule, due to which these kind of flashes are annoying me. If I want others to succeed, it doesn't mean that I am a powerless man. Beware of me and stay away from me forever.